And welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Last time when we left off, we had just finished clearing out the the medical district and were ready to head into the actual Villa Clinic, where we should find our third and final team member, Christine. So, let me go ahead and fire up the game and we'll get started. And of course, heading into the clinic, we're going to have some kind of new threat. You know there always is.
Picking up an emitter signature. Watch for security holograms. Dangerous. Don't shoot them. Attacking them is useless.
Here's a Dean's secret stash over here. 8 out of 15.
Don't like this place. Want to go back to the base. The church is the church.
Vending machine code Stim Pack. Alright, that's a useful and important one. This is a restricted dispenser code for use in the vending machines. Search the rest of the lobby. And before leaving, let's check out this terminal. Clinic Security Terminal. Sierra Madre Security Network. Check security hologram status. Set behavior first floor patrol. Set behavior second floor patrol. Let's keep them on the second floor for now. View security postings. Wow. Hologram Security Protocols 2.4. Security Protocol holograms do just as the name implies, provide security. They perform this function better than most conventional security guards. Good morning, Reaper. I'm doing well. How are you? Hologram Addendum Appearance 2.4.1. Security holograms have been programmed with the case-specific Sierra Madre protocols. Not only do security holograms look like Sierra Madre personnel, they will respond to threats or unauthorized personnel just as conventional security guards would. Hologram Security Protocols 2.5. Security holograms use field of view sensors to perceive their environment and to aid in pathing. While later versions will feature upgrades that allow for a 360-degree perception arc, the memory cells in current hologram emitters can only perceive their environment in a cone in front of them. They can, however, change facing as needed and scan their environment for unauthorized activity. It's best to purchase security hologram emitters in pairs to cover a full view of the environment, as trespassers could conceivably use hologram blind spots to gain access to unauthorized areas. Hologram Threat Detection 2.6. If security holograms detect unauthorized guests or detect criminal action, they will display a warning caution color to the target. If you believe they ever display this color in error, immediately move away from the hologram's field of view until they resume their normal protocol. If the behavior persists, they will enter engagement mode, turn red, and attempt to subdue targets with their discharge beams. Note, as requested in the service contract, NE has installed EBE systems in all Sierra Madre security hologram emitters. Hologram Threat Response 2.6.2. Good morning, Tim. Nice to see you, as always. Often an intruder's natural response is to attack a security hologram, either with fists or with a weapon. Fortunately for the hologram owner, all such assaults are useless against security holograms. They cannot be wounded, damaged, or harmed unless their emitter is destroyed. Attackers spending the time to look for emitters will usually be rendered unconscious by a hologram's discharge beams before they can disable them, so there is nothing to fear. Hologram Security Patrols 2.7. As with service holograms, security holograms cannot leave emitter range. They will pursue a target to the emitter's perimeter, however. This usually allows a target to be subdued and should present no obstacle to casino security. And finally, hologram emitters 5.0. Hologram emitters are sturdy, yet can still be damaged or broken if enough force is applied. In addition, while they are protected inside sturdy space-age alloys, their circuits are vulnerable to being tampered with. If this occurs, refer to the repair manual that comes with the hologram installation guide. Please call customer support services if this occurs. Do not attempt to repair the emitter yourself. Warning, do not approach an emitter that may have been tampered with. If you must, please wear reflective maintenance gear or metal armor in case of hologram malfunction, and make sure that you can move beyond a hologram's field of view in case problems arise. Good morning, Karis. Yeah, Silent Hill 3 took me by surprise with how tough it is, for sure. Check security hologram status. Status, patrolling second floor. View maintenance posts. Hologram installation and maintenance. Welcome, and on behalf of your friends at NE, we thank you for purchasing the latest in service and security technology. If you encounter any problems, contact our urgent care service representatives at any time during the weekdays from 10 to 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If no one is there to respond to your emergency, leave a message and one of our trained representatives will return your call in the next 3 to 4 working days. Hologram Maintenance 8.3. Holographic greeting and security technology requires service from trained professionals and routine maintenance. While the emitters maintain a charge for theoretically hundreds of years, damage can occur and circuits can erode over time. As part of the Security Madre exclusive contract, we have delivered on the custom energy recycling emitters requested by the Sierra Madre financiers and Mr. Sinclair. Let's stay on this floor for now. Check the bathroom first. And now we'll head to the north. Yes.
Missing heads. Make mistake coming. Where is Master? Did he go away? Dog will be good this time.
Guess these are the folks who failed Elijah's instructions in one way or another. Assassin suit. DT-14, sneak plus 10. Well, considering sneak is maxed, I'm actually going to keep the extra 2 DT. Cosmic knife. And another terminal. Sierra Madre Clinic Network. Gas leak. Admitted 3 workers from Puesta del Sol switching station. Exposed to some unidentified airborne toxin from the ventilation system. Caused severe lung and tissue damage. Inhalation isn't the problem, it's absorbed through the skin. Researching its effects, the gas, whatever it is, may be building up in vents beneath the town. Asked foreman to look into source before government inspectors do. Safety suits. Chemical suits arrived today. They're bulky, hard to talk and move in. It was difficult to unlock the clasps once in place. Had to get one of the staff to help me out of it. I told the construction crew to keep the suits ready while working in the switching station and to be careful with them. We only have a limited number. I asked Sinclair to order more in the event of a leak in the villa and prepared cost estimates for another gas leak to support my case. Didn't need to, he agreed to the request immediately, then asked if he could see the workers and make sure they were all right. Sorry, just a second. Emails. Emails. History's sake. Heard the entire history of the Sierra Madre. 2 out of 8. Okay.
Dog not like this place. Air smells like burnt sparks and blood.
Okay, we can either go up or downstairs here. How far am I? Oh, I'm well over halfway. I'm almost through the main game.
At the end of the hall, red light means they're shielded. Must be a way to shut them off somewhere else.
Get into the clinic basement and turn off the power to shielded speakers in the auto dock wing. Mark 9 auto dock. This unusual looking auto dock still has a series of diodes and buttons that appear to work. Leave the auto dock alone, heal all crippled limbs, inject adrenaline to cure exhaustion. Presumably that'll eliminate any pent-up sleep need I had, and so it did. Very nice. Okay. Activate Mark 9 auto dock. Same thing. Alright. Guess we'll go to the basement first. Door to Villa Clinic basement. DC Journal of Internal Medicine. That'd be a lot more exciting if I had not already maxed out everything. And a clinic power status terminal. Sierra Madre Clinic Network. Clinic power status. Essential systems. Auto docks powered. Security hologram powered. Non-essential systems. Music speakers powered. Note, please inform clinic management before shutting down generator for maintenance. Disengage main power. Shutting down main power. Find Christine in the autodock wing of the clinic. Essential systems. Autodock. Emergency backup engaged. Security hologram. Emergency backup engaged. Music speakers offline.
Can't stop it. Always need more.
That's easy. I suppose now we can head to the autodock wing.
Dog not like this place. Air smells like burnt sparks and blood.
There's another terminal. Exhaustion. Ms. Key's insomnia seems to have gotten worse, so we ended up ordering the new autodock upgrades. Must have cost Sinclair a fortune. The new programs for the autodocks ameliorate the effects of exhaustion. Have already spoken to the staff about side effects and dangers of prolonged use, wanting to make sure they weren't using it to pull double shifts. Sinclair asked if these codes could be downloaded into the public dispensers. The codes aren't compatible, unfortunately. He said he'd look into it. Guess his contacts at Big Mountain will be getting a call soon. Good morning, Rifleman. Previous stream was good. Silent Hill 3 is a very difficult game, though.
Want to go back to the base. Church is the church.
Got a few more of these. Looks like. Malfunctioning auto dock. Alright, we're gonna release Dog.
Remember you.
Time for us to part ways.
Why you send Dog away? Dog hear you, right?
Yes, I'm sure.
Dog will leave.
Dog has gone to the Villa Fountain because it's time for us to meet and recruit Christine. The woman before you looks disoriented, pained. She blinks a few times, then winces as if the act of blinking causes her pain. Recruit Christine. Are you all right? She looks at you, blinks again, then opens her mouth, but nothing comes out. She touches her throat, then traces the scar beneath the chin, and her eyes widen in alarm. Look, I'm here to help. She looks shaken. As she glances at the autodock, she recoils and her mouth opens, but again nothing comes out. She looks back at you and her hands clench into fists, her eyes narrow, and she takes a step back, studying you. This isn't what it looks like. The woman opens her mouth again, winces, then frowns and draws a finger across her throat in a slow motion. She looks pained, more angry than pain now. Frowning, she touches her throat again, gently, then her hand brushes her collar, then her frown deepens. Her eyes narrow as she traces the edge of the collar until she finds the lock. She begins to press it with her fingers. Don't do that. She looks surprised, then notices your collar and raises an eyebrow. Let's just say we're in this together. She frowns, narrows her eyes, then slowly shakes her head. What do you mean by that? She shakes her head again and draws a line in the air between the two of you. Look, together we can get out of this. She shakes her head once, then crosses her arms. Look, I'm not trying to order you, but your life is tied to mine. She frowns, glances at the collar, looks back at you. She makes a circle with her hands, puts her hand over her eyes, and squints. She nods at you, then lowers her hand from her eyes, shakes her head. She draws a slow line between you. You're looking for something else. Fine, I can help. She studies you again, then her expression softens slightly. She shakes her head slowly and gives a silent sigh. She nods at you, then raises an eyebrow and nods at the door. All right, come with me. Christine nods and steps slightly behind you, waiting. Achievement unlocked. Assemble your crew. Speak with Elijah at the fountain for further instructions. Christine has given you the signal interference perk. This perk grants you a short period of time near a speaker before your bomb collar starts to activate, as well as increasing the amount of time before your bomb collar detonates by 50%. Quest completed. Find Collar 12, Christine. Quest added. Fires in the sky. And that was speak with Elijah at the fountain for further instructions. Let's talk to her first. Christine raises an eyebrow. Do you know how to get out of here? She points in the direction of the main gate, then points at your collar, shakes her head, and locks her hands around her neck. Then her hands lash outwards, fingers splayed, and she rolls her eyes back. After a second, she turns back to you and shakes her head. So once the collars are gone, we can just leave? She nods slowly as if thinking, then she raises an eyebrow, looks skeptical, then shrugs. She points downwards, makes a circle around her, then back to the same spot, and then her finger drifts, circling, and she makes a mock frown. Perception 6. You're saying it'll be difficult to return here if we leave. She shakes her head, points at herself, then points at you, nods. To return here if I leave. She nods. But not you. She nods once. Why can't you find your way back? She slowly shakes her head. She points at the ground, then moves each leg outward, straddling the place where she's pointing. You aren't going to leave. She nods. Are you trying to break into the casino? She frowns, shakes her head, pauses, then tilts her head slightly, nods slowly. Hi, Nyron. Medicine 75. Those facial scars weren't done by the autodoc. The throat scar was. She nods slowly, then puts her hand in front of her throat, closes it slowly, then points at you. I can't restore your voice. We'd need a real autodoc to do that. Just checking off the stat checks as I go through them. She shivers slightly and shakes her head. I don't understand why they shaved you bald. Christine looks blankly at you, then touches her head, smiles, then shakes her head. Wait, the autodoc didn't shave you bald? She waves her hand, then shakes her head. She then nods in the direction of the casino. No, wait, I want to hear this. You were bald before? She nods with an exasperated look, then makes a circle with her hands, repeats it twice more, then raises her hands and waves them like wings. She puts both hands in front of her, then makes a motion with her hands as if writing something. Intelligence 7. Wait, that's a Brotherhood of Steel symbol, right? You're a scribe? She nods, looks impressed. Awesome. You're still awake from the last stream? Damn, buddy. How the hell did you get out here? She shrugs, then she points to you and shrugs. Where were you before? She moves her finger in a wider circle, then raises her hand over her eyes. You were looking for something? Shakes her head and makes a motion of two fingers walking. You were over the moon? She shakes her head and rolls her eyes. You were looking for someone? She nods and raises a finger. A robot? She shakes her head and pumps her fist near her chest. Alright, someone alive. She nods. She makes a motion with her hands around her chin, drawing it down, and then she raises her hands and clenches them at the sky. An angry bearded man. She points at your Pip-Boy. You were looking for a man in a vault. She shakes her head, points at your Pip-Boy again. You were looking for a vault boy? She shakes her head, points at your Pip-Boy again, and makes a talking motion with her hand. The man on the Pip-Boy holotape, Elijah. She nods, looks concerned, taps the side of her head, and expands her hands. Someone smart. She nods, then circles her ear. And nuts. She nods, frowns. Speech 50. Sounds like it's pretty important to you to find this person. She frowns, raises two fingers, and has them walk together. Then she looks down on the two fingers, and her face becomes angry. Then she chops her hand down and draws the two fingers apart. One of the fingers she points at herself. I don't understand. He cut you off from someone. Still got several checks to pass, looks like. He cut you off from someone. She nods. Family, husband. She frowns, shakes her head, and even more so at husband. What, your wife? She shakes her head but rolls it side to side. Oh, girlfriend. She hesitates, then waves her hand. You are more than girlfriends, lovers. She nods and looks at you a little surprised. What, you think I don't understand love? She raises an eyebrow, looks at you. I understand how important a loved one can be. She nods slowly, studying you. She seems to be gauging you again. She makes a slow circle motion after a moment, taps her wrist. I had other questions. She looks exasperated, then waves her hand in a circle in front of her. How did you end up in the auto dock? She moves her finger in a circle, frowns, then drags her hand down over her eyes. She raises them again, points to you. You were knocked out? Did you get gassed like I did? She nods, she raises an eyebrow, points at you, makes a circle, then points at your feet. Perception 6. You want to know how I got here? Succeeded. She smiles, nods. She repeats the circling motion again. This time she lowers her hand and circles her finger inward until she's pointing at the spot between you. Still pointing at the ground between you two, she raises an eyebrow. Okay, looks like there are 4 more checks to pass in her very long non-dialogue tree. Followed a radio signal here, a woman's voice. She waits. After a second, she raises her eyebrow again. I was curious where it led, needed supplies, thought it might lead me somewhere interesting, thought I might have stumbled on an old world treasure cache, looking to start life as a prospector, figured this place was a good place to start. I couldn't even tell you why, I just did. I was curious. She looks at you for a second, studying you, then nods. She points at you, then points at the casino, and she slowly shakes her head, then points in the direction of the main gate. Are you saying it's one or the other? She frowns, glances in the direction of the casino, then the exit, then back in the direction of the casino. She shrugs, without strength or conviction. She isn't looking at you when she does. What about you? She slowly shakes her head, then points at the ground. I had other questions. Do you know what those machines around the villa are? Christine shakes her head, then pauses and makes a small circle with her thumb and forefinger. She points at you and makes the motion of putting something in her palm. Here's a Sierra Madre chip. I'll need that back. She examines the chip for a second, raises it to her eye, then turns it to the side, gauging its diameter and width. She runs her finger over the surface slowly, checking the engraving. She then tosses the chip back to you. She then pretends to look around, sees something on the floor, then pretends to bend down and pick it up. She then looks at you and nods. Perception 6. You can scrounge more somehow. Succeeded. She smiles, nods. She stands still for a second, then stops and slowly makes the motion of bending down and scooping something up. Then she holds the imaginary object in her hand as if heavy and puts it in front of her as if on a table. She then hefts what looks like a small box and pours it on top of the object, looks at it, then reaches down and holds up a small 0. Intelligence 6. You can make more of those at a workbench with the right materials. She smiles, nods. She points at your Pip-Boy, makes a motion of opening it up and removing something from it. She then raises her hand and makes the motion of smashing it and holding up the remains. You need a battery, a fission battery, and scrap metal, and you can counterfeit the chips. She nods, impressed. Then she points at you, then her, and makes a circle. Can you teach me how to do it? She nods. She then makes a series of hand motions to represent weight and amounts, enough so you think you could do it on your own. Christine has taught you the coin operator perk, allowing you to make Sierra Madre chips, metal slugs, at workbenches, using fission batteries and scrap metal. Nice. Okay, that leaves 2 other checks that we should be able to pass. And then we'll at least be done dialoguing with her. I had other questions. She frowns, then cups her hand to her ear. Intelligence 7. Can't you communicate some other way? Can you write? Succeeded. Christine frowns, then pauses and traces one of the scars on her head with her finger. She then makes a motion as if picking up a pencil, tries to write, then shakes her head. Something to do with the surgery. She pauses, then draws a jagged symbol like electricity in the air, then puts on an odd, staring face. She keeps the blank face for a second, then slowly blinks, looks around. She looks at her hands, shakes them, then lets them go limp. Medicine 60. That's a specific form of brain surgery using electrodes, pre-war. She nods slowly, and then makes the motion of typing and drawing X's and lines in the air, and then gives a thumbs up. Mathrath. You can still do math. That's good to hear. She nods, smiles. Had other questions? Okay. Let's go. That's all the skill checks. That's good. Coin operator perk is pretty good too. Christine stops, glances at the speaker, then glances at your collar, frowning. It's a decayed speaker. If we stay too long near one, it'll go off. She taps the collar and then opens and closes her hand really fast. She taps her collar, then opens and closes her hand really fast. She points at your Pip-Boy, her collar, and then your collar. After a second, then she opens and closes her hand slower. Science 60. You can interfere with the speaker's detonation frequency somehow? She's about to nod, then stops, points at herself, and shakes head. She points at your collar, then hers, then nods at your Pip-Boy. She makes a triangle motion, then the same slow pulses before with her fingers. Does that work with any other collar? She frowns, slowly shakes her head. She opens her mouth, then makes the motion of tuning a dial, then points at herself. It's just your frequency. She nods once, then again points at the two of you, then the Pip-Boy. But only between us. She nods and motions for you to go ahead. Alright. There's your security hologram. This emitter controls a security hologram in this area. You may be able to disable the emitter. Repair 25 or higher required. Disable. You have disabled the emitter. Yay. Door to Medical District, Clinic Security Terminal. Okay, we've already seen one of those. I want the scalpel too. There we go. How am I so fast? I don't know, actually. It does seem like I somehow got even faster, doesn't it? Vending machine code. Mentats! Don't actually need those, but that's pretty great. Chief Physician's Office with an easy lock. Easy locked terminal. Success. 2 out of 7. Boom. Appointment calendar. Ms. Keyes showed up today, sans Sinclair, escorted by Mr. Domino. He explained to me Ms. Keyes had developed a throat infection and asked if the autodoc could help. I asked about the Sierra Madre's autodoc. He said he didn't want to alarm Sinclair. Ran some tests. Ms. Keyes' voice is fine. Her loss of voice was more listlessness, symptomatic of excessive Med-X usage. When I tried to speak to her about it, Mr. Domino intervened. I warned them too much of the chem could render a subject comatose, and Domino laughed. I lost my temper, and he said they'd return another time when I was in better spirits. Despise that man. Unpleasant visit. Domino stopped by to ask about the test results in Vera's voice. He seemed concerned she would lose her voice for the gala event. I told him if Miss Keyes was concerned, she should see me, and I would only disclose any medical information to her. I told him the Autodocs were more than capable of healing Ms. Keyes' voice if she developed any throat infection, and we could even operate if need be if she tore her larynx. He seemed satisfied by the news, apologized, amazingly enough, and left a bottle of wine as a token of his appreciation. I told him I felt it was inappropriate. He insisted. I dumped it in the trash. Alright. Another one. Appointment calendar. Sinclair and Ms. Keyes transmitted to Sierra Madre. Sinclair and Ms. Keyes transmitted to Sierra Madre. Domino and Ms. Keyes transmitted to Chief Physician's Terminal. Sinclair proposed moving one Autodoc to Casino and scheduling visits. Sinclair agreed. That speed's really going to come in handy dealing with the holograms, I can tell. Clinic basement key. Well, we sure don't need that, thankfully. There's another terminal here. Oh, and some chips. Sierra Madre Clinic Network. Dispenser codes. Codes for the public dispensers arrived today. Sinclair instructed us in their use in case of emergency. Should be able to get stims and other treatments from the machines. Sinclair indicated it could dispense more based on the nature of the medical emergency or subject's condition. Among the codes, he kept asking if we could make sure the code for MedX was backed up. He must have said it 3 times. I don't think he realized it. Must be stress. Made a backup of the code on this terminal just in case. Download dispenser code MedX. This is a restricted dispenser code for use in the vending machines. Maybe it's because we're inside. Does the... I think it's because we're indoors, because didn't Elijah mention that among the other many ill effects, the cloud slows you down when you're outside? I think that must be it. I know there are 2 more rooms. Yeah, I think it's because we're out of the cloud. As long as we're inside a building. Because you're right, I do feel faster than I have. One more room to check. All right. Time to head back to the villa. Although I will, oh, ghost people. Excellent. Yes, those are the survival suits. I think the ghost people are mutated construction workers from back when they were building the thing. Back to the villa. I actually want to get to a workbench too, but yeah, we can make stim packs now. That's clutch. Stim packs and weapon repair kits is probably how I'm going to spend like almost all of my chips going forward. Alright, so Chris, thank you for the follow, my friend. I very much appreciate having you here. Alright, so let's head to the... Actually, let's head to my Foot Locker. I want to get scrap metal and... I want to get out all my... I want to offload first. And then I want to get all of my fission batteries and scrap metals to make more Sierra Madre chips. Actually, let's dump in everything I'm not actually going to end up using. Not going to use Fixer, okay. Med-X I might use, Mentats I might use. That's a no, that's a no. Psycho I might use, Rad-X, Radaway I might use. All the rest of it's... Or most of the rest of this I might actually use. And lastly, give me my fission batteries and my scrap metal. Let me head to the workbench. The Sierra Madre is a super safety hazard. Alright, I'm guessing somehow we next need to deal with Salida del Sol and Puesta del Sol. Something tells me the actual casino is definitely the last place we're going to go. Sierra Madre slugs. Perfect. That was great. I'm actually not going to make anything right now because my weapon's in good shape, and I'm doing pretty well on stim pack counts too. Chris, this is very hard with hardcore mode on. I actually think my bear trap fist can stand a repair. Alright. Time to go talk to Elijah, I suppose. Speak with Father Elijah.
Good. Well done. Now for the festivities and your part in all this. The owner of the Sierra Madre, for whatever reason, keyed the grand opening to the gala event itself. It needs to be fired off in order for the casino doors to open. As I've discovered, one person can't do it. So get your team into position indicated on your Pip-Boy, then trigger it properly. You're so close now, don't let me down. Otherwise, I'll have to rely on the next team.
How am I supposed to get to the markers on my map?
I've unlocked the west and east gates to Puesta del Sol and Salida del Sol. Now that you've survived the villa, I need to get to my position. You don't need me to hold your hand anymore. I'll keep monitoring you via the transceivers through the villa. If I need to offer guidance, I will.
What is the gala event?
A display of lights, fireworks, music in the streets. A pre-war festival to mark the casino's opening. The bomb struck first. It is of no consequence, only firing the event is. Get the three in position, then travel to your position in Salida del Sol and trigger the gala. After that, the real work begins.
What do you mean?
Perhaps you think this is a simple robbery, a cheap casino heist. No, this is a heist of the centuries. We're not plundering Sierra Madre. We're plundering history, taking from the old world itself. It won't let its secrets go easily, not without a fight. I wouldn't expect anything less.
We'll head out then. Ah, good morning, Soupy. Nice to see you.
I'd suggest taking the FEV reject to his position first. Although you may need his brutality and strength elsewhere first. As easy as the villa was to navigate, the outlying areas of the villa are far more dangerous, thicker with the ghost people, traps, and toxins. Use your team as I use you. Listen to your caller. Watch where you step. You're no use to me dead.
You've lost Christine's signal interference perk. Travel to Puesta del Sol switching station with Christine. Get Dean to the Puesta del Sol south rooftop. Completed, speak to Elijah at the fountain for further instructions, and get Dog to the switching substation in Salida del Sol. Christine has gone to the Villa Fountain. Quest added, mixed signals. Hooray. Quest added, strike up the band.
Always yell at dog. Yell at dog because it gets hungry. Can't stop it. Always need more.
Get Dog to the switching substation in Salida del Sol. Alright. That is a lot of stuff. Alright. Let's do as suggested. Take Dog first and go to Salida del Sol.
Where are you taking dog? Dog doesn't want to leave. Heard Master. Saw Master in sky. And when Master not there, woman at fountain. She is made of lines and light. Want to watch.
We need to get you to the gala event. Get you to your place. Dog, do you know why you have to go to the position on this map? Let's try that one first.
Hard to pull things? Dog has to pull very, very hard to... Are we going there? Dog not want to stay and pull things. Hard to do. And cage there.
Oh, wait.
Remember you.
We need to get you to the gala event and get you to your place.
Dog has heard that before. Was there pretty lights? There were things to pull. Hard to pull, but Dog did. And a cage. And Dog was hungry there. Dog was someone else there with Dog. Then there was noise. Then lights and streets. Screamed. Dog doesn't want to go to cage. It's inside Dog now. Dog can see the cage, hear the noises. The way to casino. It'll hurt you. Inside.
Speed 65. Dog, think back to the lights, the pretty ones.
The lights were pretty. In the sky. Pointed at casino. And the casino opened up.
So the gala event was triggered at least once?
Uh-huh. Master ordered it. Take places. Then, Master went away. left dog in cage. Casino opened long time ago. Not sure when. Voice keeps putting dog in cage. Haven't seen Master since. Only hear voice on your arm and from walls.
So Master vanished around that time.
Master went away until you show up with him on your arm.
I had other questions for you. That's enough for now. Are you coming?
Remember you.
Oh. I think we should travel together. There we go.
Dog is ready. Where we go?
There we go. Thank you.
Where is Master?
Alright.
Did he go away? Our dog hunted.
Go to Salida del Sol, which is over here. Got about 10 minutes left to play today before shutting down and heading to work, so that's the residential district. Salida del Sol is this way. Salida del Sol South. The Sierra Madre was Frederick Sinclair's last venture before the Great War. Alright, Salida del Sol South. Apparently worse than the rest of the villa. That's just delightful.
Plastic. Dog tear him apart so they don't get back up.
Stay equals death. Leave equals death.
Lots of marks on walls from other dead people. May not get far.
Ghost people. Alright.
Lots of marks on walls. May not get far.
Lots of ghost people. Okay, let's not have that happen. If we can help it. See him up there. Alright. See if I can find a way upstairs. That's just a rad roach. Easy mode. Tripwire. Bear trap.
Hope the voice doesn't come back. Bad.
Just trying to get all these red hash marks dealt with before I start exploring in earnest.
Where is Master? Did he go away? Dog will be good this time.
Oh, fuck. Missed one. Perfect. There we go. Good. Looks like we actually cleared it out. Lovely. Where was it that I actually came in? Right over here, right? Yes. Perfect. Salida del Sol courtyard requires key. Let's do this little side room first.
Lots of marks on walls.
Literally nothing.
They not get far.
Oh, except way up here. Nice. Don't worry, we'll go back and loot that other area too. Stained page. Not going to rat me out for what happened in the villa. I'm not the one who laid the foundation, and I'm not going to take the fall for the supports either. They try and pin this on me, I'll let them all know what's really going on with the construction contracts.
Where is Master? Did he go away? Dog will be good this time.
Dean's secret stash. 9 out of 15. That's good. Alright.
Hope the voice doesn't come back.
Nip back over here. Check out that one other area that we skipped.
Smells like flesh and plastic. Lots of food around here. We should catch some.
All right. Now we've got this little area too, which I also want to loot.
Don't like this place. Want to go back to the base. The church. Miss the church. Hope the voice doesn't come back. Mean. Bad.
Easy locked dresser. Lot of stuff. Lot of stuff.
Always yell at dog. Yell at dog because gets hungry. Can't stop it. Always need more.
And an average locked dresser.
So hungry.
This little courtyard is clear now. Which means we're clear all the way back to here. Let me try... get out of here. Let me try this staircase too. Floors have teeth.
Ghost in plastic.
Okay.
I'll tear him apart so they don't get back up.
Alright, we got some thicker cloud there, which cloud kills fast or slow, gets us all. Got a few things to return. Alrighty.
Where is Master? Did he go away? Dog will be good this time.
More concentrated cloud that way. Here's Dean's 10th secret stash. Oh. Your collar is emitting a high-pitched beeping noise. It has stopped. Well, come on, bucko. I want to go up these stairs. Try to leave and boom.
Where is the food?
There's more ghost people out there. We've found ourselves above them, which I think is good.
Please come out.
And I actually need to go offload.
Dog home? Please come out. I'm not hunted back west. Don't like
Maybe not.
this place. Want to go back to the base. The church is the church.
Might have enough stuff to return to make room. Although I will still need to go offload, but can at least finish looting this area. Average locked terminal, let's hack it. Perfect. Turn speakers off. Thank you. Status report. Power status, non-essential systems, music speakers offline. Alright, good. So let's go offload, and then we're going to call it a stream, and we'll continue exploring Salida del Sol next time. In terms of the next stream, I mentioned last night that We will not be doing one tonight because I won tickets to tonight's Avalanche game. So the next one is probably going to be either tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. I would guess tomorrow morning unless the Avs game runs too late and I can't get myself awake in time, but we'll see. Okay. But I'll keep you all posted. Perfect. Back to Salida del Sol now. And then we'll end the stream. Okay, I think we'll keep going with Silent Hill 3 on Thursday night. So tomorrow night. And Morning Vegas tomorrow morning as regularly scheduled, unless you hear otherwise. Yeah, there won't be one tonight. I'm gonna go watch hockey.
Hope the voice doesn't come back. Mean. Bad.
Damn. So I want to go ahead and kill these guys. Come on. There. Got him too, not bad.
Swallowed something bad. Tastes like burnt wires.
Where is the way back to where I came from? Through here?
Place was hard to. Dobby. This thing?
Oh, wow.
Where is Master? Did he go away? Dog will be good this time. This smells bad.
Okay. That takes me back there, and I'm going to use a few stims, and we're going to end this stream here. And the cloud wrecks you when you get in the concentrated spots.
Come back. Mean. Bad.
Good news is we can skip the cloud, apparently, by looping around upstairs. Drops us in, like, directly behind it, which is fine.
Inside's growling.
Alright, now this takes us to the switching station, which I believe is where we ultimately have to leave, dog. So I'm going to end the stream here.
Lots of food around.
Alright, everybody. This has been Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. To those of you watching live on Twitch, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here and you enjoy what you saw, I hope you will consider hitting the follow button so you can see when I go live in the future. If you're watching later on YouTube, I realize my streaming hours are unpredictable and generally early in the morning, but all my content eventually makes its way over there, so if you enjoy it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel to be sure that you won't miss anything. Regardless of the platform you're on, I hope you'll consider joining our Discord server. The link to do so can be found in the Twitch channel description or the YouTube video description, depending on where you're watching. That's where we discuss games you'd like to see me play. I make official announcements, and we just have a ragtag group of misfits who enjoy video games, who talk about anything and everything. Finally, as I was mentioning, next stream, tentatively more Fallout tomorrow morning, the regularly scheduled one. Although I did have availability tonight and would have done another Silent Hill stream, I won Avalanche tickets, and that takes priority, so that's where I'm going to be this evening. So plan on seeing me tomorrow morning unless you hear otherwise. Watch the Discord. Thank you all for joining again, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Have a nice day.